It's a typical story where the bassist kills the singer, the guitarist and the drummer find they're in love with each other. It's the story of the kid who clearly won't know what to say when the love of his life starts to calmly walk away. And it's the story of the dad who decides to chase his dream. He quits his job, he falls apart, and he loses everything. And it's the story of the kid who just wants to make a record, loves and crafts it, but nobody ever cares about it. Whoa. Hey, what's your name? Talking's for the guys who hate. We should sit in silence while we think of what to say. Hey, I don't think this is working out. Well, you forget I even asked you to come over to my house. Hey, I don't think I know much, but I know I couldn't take a good bus. So if you feel like I've been talking enough, just tell me to shut up and I will probably shut the fuck up enough. I'm afraid of everything staying the same or worsening. So what's the point of finding calm when calm to me is unsettling? Settle down, little kid, your bones are shaking in your skin. Go and try and take a breath though, nothing more, nothing less. It's a typical story of the king who had it all except for citizens who didn't want his head up on a wall. It's the typical story of the wife who couldn't quit being in love with such a giant piece of shit. It's the story of the queen who could never ever think of any redeeming qualities a man could ever bring. It's the story of the dog who wanted to run away till he learned that his life is like Stanford inside a cage. I don't really need much, just a place to be alone, and you don't really see much. I think that I'm invisible. My mirror shows another guy. A guy doesn't do shit, he just sits and is miserable. Everybody's gotta live a life, and they didn't ask for. Why would he put me here just to die? Just to die. Hey, what's your name? Talking's for the guys who hate. We should sit in silence while we think of what to say. Hey, I don't think this is working out. Well, you forget I even asked you to come over to my house. Hey, I don't think I know much.
No.
But I know I couldn't take a good crush.
Do you ever just go through wondering, where is all the songs that I know that I'm not listening to? And I want to. I love finding new artists that you just like, you get blown away by. You're not just like, oh, they're pretty good, I guess I'll start listening to it. No, I love finding one that you're just like, what? Like, next one, play the next one. Let me listen to this. Fuck, I gotta listen to the whole album. I gotta listen to every song. I gotta find out who the fuck this guy is. Oh, that's how I felt when I found Hobo Johnson. And of course, he was found by everybody's favorite guest and only guest so far, Ricky Reed. Showed him to me when I got to actually go visit him last week, which is really fun. Because as I'm pretty sure I discussed in the last one, best friend, little brother, and just kind of far away. Can't always. And we're trying to do podcasts over Zoom, which some people are doing. Not really Zoom, actually, more of a Facebook thing. So I feel like Facebook has it pretty good down when it comes to like the voice chat, the face chat, and shit like that. Plus, I can use it very well on almost any of my devices. So that's what we're going with on that. But yeah, Hobo Johnson, interesting motherfucker. Definitely cried towards the end of the album that this is on. If you have not, man, if you're listening to me, you should have been listening to this first. I mean, if you're wasting your time with me, you should be gaining some with this guy, because legitimately one of the best artists I've heard in a long time, and also he looks like he's gonna stay real. It's really hard to do that as an artist, especially when you're just trying to sell your art. And the people that are willing to sell your art for a high amount of money have a little bit of demands, and makes things a little difficult. So hopefully that doesn't change for him. And he keeps it up. Why did I choose this one? Typical Story by Hobo Johnson. Well, because there is no typical story. That's the point of this song. Okay? You see, our stories seem to be variable, yes, but sometimes they feel very similar. So that's why we try to use other people's stories to kind of guide ourselves. But the problem with that So there is no typical story. Everyone's story is different. Everything is going to be yours. Your life is not going to be someone else's. Everyone's life is always going to be a variable. So I chose that. Why? Because my life is such a variable that there is no fucking typical story. You know? If I don't have some problems, I have other problems. If something's going right, something else is going way wrong. But not worse enough to make me want to die or end it all. It's always just enough for you to have hope. If anything, that's living as a human being in general. Is always having some suffering, but surviving just enough to have hope that it will end. And all you can hope for someone else and yourself is that it does. And then try your best to solve those problems. Sometimes it seems like, man, finances are good, and then the love life is shit. And if the finances are shit and the love life is pretty strong, you know, it's an interesting dilemma. At least in my life that I face. I can never find some synchronicity. Last time I discussed issues with the girl, and none of them really changed. I keep going wavering back and forth. I think that's what I should talk about, is how I'm never standing on a decision. I'm always just back and forth with just like, how could you be treating a relationship this way, to, you know what, maybe I'm just not trying hard enough and I need to prove myself more, to how could she be treating me this way? And it just never stable on the variable on the way I feel. You go from love to hate to love to hate. It's like, and then you love to hate, it seems. Or you hate to love. There's no stance or middle ground for anything. Anyway, I'll repeat myself just in different terms or ways. I don't know. I'm only 28. But that variable is also different when it comes to just the time you live in. For right now, 28 doesn't seem like a bad time to still be single. But then if you look back 30 years from now, or 30 years ago, it kind of, this is the time in which you should be married, bro. What are you doing? Or at least getting married soon, To be honest with you, I do want that. I truly do. I want it to be with someone right, obviously. But who is right? What do you make right? Or do you make you right? Do you pick somebody and hope that they're right? Or you turn them into the right person? That doesn't sound right at all. So I don't see how that could be right. Do you wait? Because waiting seems like an empty game. Wait. How do you wait? Because there's no proof that everything is structured. If you wait, you could be alone for the rest of your for this only life that we know for a fact is what you have. You could just be waiting the entire time for nothing. It just turns out all you're waiting for is to die. Which is, I guess, is life. Just rather not wait alone. And wait with somebody that gets me, that I can get. I just don't get her. And then, of course, there's that whole thing. It's like if you don't really talk to me or let me even see you in person for over a month. Last time I saw her was May 10th, and it is June 15th. Okay, that's, what do I do? And there have been several times where I just told her I'm just giving up. I'm done. I'm not. This is over. And her reactions are, yeah, fine, fuck you, it's over. Like, what? Well, it's over. You're the one that ended it, but at least I'm saying that it's over. Because I'm not the one that just decided that it was over and then didn't say anything and then just started ignoring you. You are. And it's just, every time I come to it, I guess it's just like, why? And then, of course, I come back to, there's always these ideas, and there always will be, of like, is there someone else? If there's someone else, just fucking tell me so I'm not fucked over. In my head this whole time, you'd think that if there was someone else, I would be, with everything I'm saying to her all the time, she'd just tell me to fuck off. There's someone else. Well, what am I for? Who am I? I'm not here for anything. And then I do things like I offer her to pay for stuff that she needs because she doesn't have anything to pay for anything. Just to try to fix this? I don't see that fixing that. It's like, I don't know how to fix it. She won't tell me what the fuck is even going on. What the fuck her plans are for even the future. Am I in it? Because this whole time I've been planning on a future where she was. And I've been making so much space in my life, in the future life, that I planned on having. For not just her and her fucking children. And that didn't seem to be enough for her. I just don't understand. That's my main thing, is I don't understand. And I'm wondering if the fact that she actually has something of mine, it's in value, it's nothing. It really is worthless. Matter of fact, I can get another one for less than $100. But the thing is, it's sentimental. It's something I really care about. And I spent a long time on and gave me a lot of fun out of. It's an old Xbox. But I'm never going to really play. And the only times I ever use is when I loan it to somebody because they don't have shit in their life to watch TV on. So I give them an old Xbox 360, go ahead and put up Hulu or something and watch something. But it's not something that I'm going to keep forever. Or, no, it's something I'm going to keep forever, but it's not something I ever fucking use. And it's also just an Xbox 360. Very easily replaceable. But I don't want to replace it. That is my Xbox 360. It's my old one. I've had it for... actually not that long. Like 5 years. But... maybe 6. But still. For at least like a while. It did help me. Like, how do you have an Xbox for 6 days? I know, no. I had a PS3. Honestly, the PS3 I should have kept, but I was way poorer then, and I had an offer to pretty much switch out a PS3 for a 360 for like $30. And almost all my games for the same number of games for the same, in the same deal. So that's what I did that. But that 360, I played a lot of fun games on it, and I enjoy that thing. And I'm wondering if that's what's keeping me from not just being like, fuck you, don't talk to me anymore. Yeah, because I know that's over at her house, and I want it back. I don't know. It is Monday, June 15th. And, even on Friday, there was this, I was like, hey, we really have to talk about what the fuck is going on. She kind of agreed to it, but she agreed to it because she was able to plan it for being sometime this week because she was going out of town. Then it's just like, it was more avoidance things. I'm like, what are you going out of town for? Who the fuck do you know out of town? Like, is it a fucking guy? You going to some dude's house? Or are you just taking this baby over to just your next month's fuck or something? Is it just, this is your baby daddy this month or something like that? And like all these thoughts whirling through my head just made me angry. And so I go on Facebook because something else popped in my head. It's like, what if this bitch actually fucking changed herself to like single on Facebook to make herself look single for someone on Facebook, because that's the only place in the world she could fucking find anybody. I mean, that's how I found her. So went there and yeah, bitch changed herself to single on Facebook. And I went from mad to livid. God damn it, I was livid. But it was like 3 a.m. I knew I couldn't do anything then for anything. So I went to sleep, and eventually, after smoking and I think even downing a beer or two, and When I woke up, first thing I did was text her. Or, I know I tried to call her twice and she didn't answer. And she texted me, I told you I'm out of town. I'm kind of out of zone. I can't talk to you on the phone. And I was like, well, we need to talk. And she's like, what are you talking about? And I'm like, I just found out what you did and we need to talk. And she's like, what the fuck? What did I do? Are you going to fucking tell me? And then I made up. And this is Tommy's Thoughts Raw, you people. Anyone listening, that's why I'm being raw. And there's no fixing problems without acknowledging problems. It's like if you're a drug addict, you're never going to fix that unless you tell people, hey, I'm a drug addict. But it's like, so in my fucked up head, I was just like, I can't humiliate myself more by telling her that I went on Facebook, got mad because she changed her relationship status on Facebook. I don't want to sound like a little bitch. So I told her that my mom told me that she changed it. And I don't see how that was to sound better. But for some reason, in the moment, I thought it did. And ran with that for a minute as we argued. She tried to call me and then she was right. Her fucking service was shitty. I could barely even hear her. Which also made me wonder if the whole entire time she had never even lied to me. She was just, that's what was going on. Because there's a whole other story about an individual who was beat by her husband. And that's why she couldn't come hang out with me, or I couldn't come to her house for a while. Because she was over there, which is way further away than her house and all kinds of stuff. And oh man. But yeah, so instantly regretting getting super livid, instantly regretting everything. It's still also going to, why did you do that? And why didn't you tell me you did that? And her saying, oh, we were in an argument a few weeks ago, which I remember. I think I know which one she was talking about. It's all about the same thing. Yeah, why the fuck have you stopped talking to me? Kind of argument. And I was like, I want to come get my Xbox. It's all I need so I can get like and feel okay with just like ending all this. But yeah, apparently during that argument she changed it then and couldn't change it back, even though it wasn't that she couldn't. She knew that if she did, I would see that she changed it and it would lead to more of an argument. And that's my situation on it. It's like, so you, in order to avoid making me even mad, you just went ahead and just let it be. Even though if you do that, you should have realized that further down the line, it's just going to make me even more pissed if you didn't just tell me then and there. And it's not even like I react crazy when I'm pissed too. At least not to her. I mean, when it comes to some people, yes, I can scream and yell because I don't care about them. To me, they're worthless. So why am I going to give them any kind of respect? But no, to her, like, to me, she's not worthless. I respect her, even after everything she's done to put me through. I think my biggest thing is just, like, I've missed out so much on her life already. And I fell so hard for her that it hurt so much for her to just, like, shove me away like this and keep me away like this. You know? That's... What do you do with that? Because I just still want it to be her. I can't help but look at pictures of her and just fall in love every single time. You go? And I can't help but hear stories about her growing up from other people on who she was and the way she was. And not just fall in love with that person every time. Like, I wish I met her a long time ago. I really do. But I didn't. I met her now. And, you know, this person that I know exists is right there. But she's going through a lot of fucked up shit. And yeah, I thought I was the type of guy who could understand that. But I guess I'm not. So I guess I just need more help than the type of guy that could fully understand that. I need more help. And the problem is, like, she doesn't have friends that can help me. Her mom's kind of like denial about. It feels like that her mom seems like a denial person when it comes to those kind of issues, mental problems, especially, you know, because it's not something that's even super big or permanent. it's a lapse right now. A lot of it has to do with the pressure for life. And and I get that. But the thing is, sometimes I do forget. And sometimes it's just like, I need a little bit of, and I don't think the right word is endorsement or even a guarantee, but I need something to kind of make me more secure about what I'm working for. Because a part of me wonders if I give her everything, if one day all of a sudden she's still just going to disappear on my ass. And I don't know if I can handle that. Oh man, I'm not that type of guy that could just be okay with that. I don't understand how anyone could just be okay with someone that they were in love with just fucking pretty much piecing out one day without an explanation. Or warning. Sorry for the pauses, y'all. Still chiefing this blunt. So yeah, that's what I've been going through on that side. The other side, the city's doing good, in my opinion. People say it's doing bad, but I don't see anything bad. Of course. I'm just some dude who lives on Richmond and has a job in the industry, the service industry. So what am I to see? I don't work in the public health or anything like that. I don't know. They went to, I forget her freaking name. But luckily there's a computer right in front of you, Mr. Reed. It is accessible to everything and anything. So we're just going to go ahead and judge in Houston wants. We're just going to Google that. And Houston criminal judge, Harris County judge, Lena Hidalgo. Here we go. Yeah, so this is what's going on. So Lena Hidalgo has on March, before Harris reported its first confirmed case of the coronavirus, but the disease was already infiltrating. Lena Hidalgo made a call to ground zero. Picked up the line. Let's see. Dow Constantine picked up the line. He was responding to what was believed to be the first coronavirus death in the U.S. I didn't know that. Wait, how did I not know that? So apparently we had the first death in the U.S. That's what? Didn't know that. And I believe Texas had a benefit of precious time. Alright, so apparently the first person died here. Or maybe it was then to believe. Maybe that changed. But the first real recording of the coronavirus death was from here. But then later on, I guess they found out it was somewhere else. But if that was happening again, I don't know. There's a lot of people in Houston. And I know a lot of people, but I can't know even a good percentage of people in Houston. So it's true that, I could have very easily came into plenty of contact with people that have had coronavirus, did have coronavirus. I had no idea. But I personally, the only person I know who said I know a person that said she did have it before the quarantine happened. So I don't know. And I was in contact with her plenty of times. Let's see. I took off. Alright, this is a huge county, she says, and when you have a landmass the size of Rhode Island, around 5 million people, things are bound to happen. Anyway, sorry, I'm very bad at reading this whole thing, but I just felt like it was dumb to just let me read. the Texas Tribune. I mean, it's not dumb if you're not in Texas, and you could just go to the Texas Tribune all the time. But if you want to hear what's going on here, I mean, Hidalgo, who took office in the aftermath of Hurricane Harvey, came into the job knowing she would have to prepare for disasters. What she was not prepared for was the acrid backlash that would follow. Elected in 2018, the 29-year-old Latina, which, holy shit. Yeah, let me say that again. Elected in 2018, the 29-year-old. And see, it's hard to not want to listen to her because these are the type of people I do want running my government because, they're smarter than me and she's literally only a couple years older than me. 2018, she was 29. She only 31, 32. I'm 28. She's only 3 or 4 years older than me. Matter of fact, only 3.5 at the top. So, anyway, let's continue. Along the way, developed an impressive list of high-profile detractors. Initially painted by rivals as an in-over-the-head newcomer who rode a blue wave into office, outstanding popular Republican incumbent Ed Emmett, her critics are now lacing into her for her handling the coronavirus. See, I'm not very good at reading this to you guys. But what I'm trying to look for is that she was trying to say, or people were saying that she was saying that what was going on is that Harris is looking at projected number too high for her, and she wants to bring things back into, people don't go outside and stuff. Hidalgo mandated face masks in the county, which resulted in a lawsuit against her and complaints from the local police unions that it was tremendously bad public policy. Those who didn't abide by her rules faced a fine of up to $1,000 until Abbott overruled her order and said, "Nah, you can't do that shit." Yeah, Governor Abbott he has stepped in and been like, "Look, man, this is Texas, and the point about Texas is that we're freer than what you might call the United States of America, because we're Texas." Okay, and if we feel like that even the U.S. isn't free enough, we'll tell them to fuck off. This is Texas, dude, and that's why he's governor. He's they all voted me in because I know who they are. They're Texans. They want to live free. They get to live free, and yeah. So that's Abbott. She tried really hard to get people out of jail and then was turning around and saying people could be fined or subject to jail time if they weren't wearing a mask, said Senator Paul Betancourt, Republican in Houston. That's funny. You can't talk out of both sides of your mouth, he says, adding, there's a consistent overreach on public policy on her executive orders. So he's saying that she puts in orders that pretty much have too much power. That she doesn't have that kind of fucking authority to just be like, oh, this is what people have to do, or this is what's going to happen. It's that's not how the government works, lady. These are, again, Texans. They are free people. That we don't get to tell them what to do. That's why it's Texas. So, yeah, that's fucking crazy. Let's see. Especially Houston. I mean, yeah. He's like, dude, the way that the people run the city so well and make the economy so booming, we're not gonna fuck with them. Anyway, her peers in local government have called her out as well. Neighboring Gauss County Judge Mark Henry called her mask order unconstitutional. Yeah, again. Let's see. Hidalgo's backers think her gender, age, and ethnicity. She'll regularly repeat her announcements during press conferences in Spanish to her constituents, more than 40% of who are Hispanic. have contributed to the criticism. Case in point, by the time she issued her face mask edict, Bexar, Dallas, and Travis counties had already enacted similar orders. Farther south, Laredo's mask rule was also in place. But only Hidalgo was publicly lambasted by Patrick, the state's lieutenant governor, and was the subject of potential legal action. Was the subject of potential legal action. Sorry, guys. Yes, I'm still smoking this blunt. When did I light it? How much are we into it? Man, 30 minutes in. Yeah, dude, this blunt's probably lasted a good 27. You know, when you talk and you smoke by yourself, it should last a long time. Okay. Not that it appears to have phased Hidalgo. All these decisions have been inflection points in their own way. I derive no joy from putting such strain on the economy, from requiring people to wear masks, from requesting folks from nonviolent crimes to be released from jail. Hidalgo said, "These have all been decisions that have been made with extreme seriousness and with much thought and consultation. Nobody wanted to put our economy in such a position, but it was within what we needed to do." She added, "But we can't wait until things fall apart to fix them." So, no, I get what she's saying. I get what she's saying. I don't think her decision making has anything to do with her age, race, or ethnicity, though. So, I don't think anyone should be throwing that in the air. I mean, decision making can just come from different people. I know plenty of Hispanics aged 28 that are female that would think the mask rule's fucking stupid. So to say that has anything to do with her wanting to issue this orders, that's redundant. That's my opinion. Like, but then again, there I was saying, oh, I like the fact that she's, around this age. I want her to run some government. No. Okay, so maybe that was wrong. Wrong of me. Here we go. Tommy's thoughts raw. Like steak on the counter. Yeah, I don't feel like reading this whole thing. We're almost to the end and I still haven't read. Yeah. No. But she wants to, she wants to enforce people to do things, and you can't do that. So what you gonna do? What are any of us gonna do? Again, it's when I'm not interacting with old people, I see them on the street, and it really sucks. But this is where you would where I would interact with old people, is on the streets. And sometimes you used to be able to be like, "Ma'am, can I help you with this? Can I carry this for you?" But now it's all like, this old lady came to me up on the bus stop and when asked me questions, and I was happy to answer them, but I kind of made her maintain distance. Not for me, for her. And I don't know why she was on the bus. This lady was old. I was all like, man, like, I ain't gonna be the contributing factor to you catching it, so I can easily stay away from you. And she had a lot of questions about the bus, and all I wanted to do was help her. So I gave her all the answers I could. Now I could have done things like shown her on my phone, or helped her with if she had a phone. I don't think she did, but even drew something up if I could have, or anything like this. But I did not want to come into contact with her because I could have been unsafe for her to handle. I was not going to be the contributing factor. So I understand the people to avoid, and they understand who shouldn't be. But if these people want to be in public themselves, I also don't have the right to tell them to go inside. You get what I'm saying? And that's why if I'm like, personally, me, and I'm not saying anything about these old people right now, okay? Because there probably are one. The person I'm about to describe is probably out there doing it or already died. But personally, me, I would be like, man, 75, 80, unless I feel amazing still, unless they have a way to make me still feel completely amazing, like I was still 40 at the most, then yeah, if I feel like any kind of dwindled or any 80-year-old fuck, then I'm probably gonna be sleeping and trying to like make that my last sleep most of the time, So I don't understand wanting to live, like when you look like living is torture. When it's just like when I see you and you can't move, you can only move at like 2 inches a minute. If I was like that, I wouldn't want to live. And I'm not telling you how to live. I'm just like, I'd be done. Like whatever's after this, bring it. Like, cause I'm ready for that. Because this sucks. And I would say goodbye to my loved ones. I would make them understand that life is a journey. And especially if I have so many loved ones, and I would be like, and my journey was amazing. Thank you, and thank you, and thank you, and thank all my loved ones for making it an amazing journey. And not a lot of people even get that. That doesn't happen today because people are always trying to cling on to life. They never want to be like, hey, it's probably about to end. So thank you guys. I appreciate everything that you did for me. Because without you, there was never me. And I thank the people that are already gone. And I thank the fact that I had a life to live with you guys. And everyone would be happy. And then whenever it happened, everyone would be more prepared. And everyone would be like, yeah, he was ready. I'm so happy to know that, he was ready. And that he told us what he wanted to say before he left. And he made sure everyone knew that he loved them. And that's why I don't want to be seen on anything before that happens. So, that's my goal. And I feel that's the most comfortable way for me. You do you. Because again, we're humans. And especially if you live in Texas, you're a free human. Some people might try to take your rights away. But, as long as the right people see that, we're going to stop them. I'll do whatever I can to stop them. Trust me on that. So, unfortunately, I'm not that big, though. I don't have much I can do. But I'll do whatever I can. And if I ever get more power to do more, then I will use that power to try to do more. Because why not? Anyway. I'm glad we were able to go into that. That's how that's, I almost completely forgot even what any of that was about. No, I'm kidding. I was talking about everything. And I think it's important. Sorry for that. Ooh. An audible error. I think it's important for us to realize that, or at least that we're just earthlings. Like everything else on this planet. And the world's gonna come at us how it does. And there's no way to predict the future. But all you can do is try your best. And there's never a bad outcome out of loving each other. That never ends badly. So, well, once you disconnect that love, it does. It hurts because that love is gone. But, if you stay in love, then everything is always good. So, at least between the two. Because of love. And that's the only thing you can guarantee faith in. And, I've seen love outside of humanity too. And that's the thing, that's the benefit of us and some of the other things with that love. Is we're killing it more. Because, it's mostly like mammals and, mostly mammals. So we're killing it more. You can see love in other things though. Birds. Some lizards. Yeah, I bet I can find even some videos, which I probably need to start doing some sort of video stream with this. Thinking about it, I don't know. But I wonder if snakes love. Because I've seen monitors, monitor lizards can pretty much love you. They can react, respond, they'll look you in the eye. Like, they know the difference between people. And they'll prefer the existence near, and that's love. In my book, for especially a lizard. I mean, it can't do much. It's not like it can write a poem or anything like that. It's what it's got is just like it prefers the connection. Oh, that's a love to the lizard. If it prefers connection, then the lizard loves it. Then the lizard loves you. Lizard loves you. So to me, that's love. Because I mean, it's pretty much the same for the dog too. I mean, dogs can bring you stuff. Dogs could not just enjoy your presence, but want to prefer your company, and like own your. I mean, dogs can love. Don't fuck with me. Just because they can't write a poem. Like my dog would write a poem if she could. She can't. Can snakes be affectionate? Snakes do not have the intellectual capacity to feel human emotions like love or affection. So no. They can't feel affection for you. They can, however, feel affinity for you as a non-threatening creature that cares for it. Interesting. So no. 5 reasons never to buy a pet snake. PETA. Snakes eat rabbits. Well, yeah. But you'll have to purchase at the pet store. Unless you can catch them outside. I mean, you get a decent enough area, and you get a badass enough snake. You'd probably try to, it'd be like a wild snake, because usually captivity snakes have been in captivity for a good amount of generations. They don't have any kind of immune system, and rats outside have a fuck ton of fucking things inside of it, so you don't usually want to give it to your pet snake. Same with like crickets and shit like that. If you have lizards, unless it's a wild lizard, you don't want to feed it wild crickets. Alright. Let us see. Charmed into loving. Okay, we go on snakes. But love. A snake can't love you. Let's see how they think, though, about monitor lizards loving people. Monitors are like cuddly pet dinosaurs. Like I told you. Monitor lizard eats owner. Literally the second one. First one is monitor lizards are like cuddly pet dinosaurs. The second one is monitor lizard eats owner. Third one, monitor lizards are adorable and loving to play with. Fourth one, giant lizard and mom have sweetest bond. Okay, cool facts, emotions. Da 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 da. See, they bond. Yeah, they bond with people. And you don't think that's love? Fuck off! No, it's fine. But I don't know. I do. But also, my expression of love is broad, so it's kind of weird. But hey, we're all just people here. No one's different. Maybe you, maybe us. But we're all the same. You and I. So, much better than snakes, at least. Any bugs? Can a bug love you? Can a bug love you? Well, what kind of bug? What kissing bugs look like? How bugs came to Florida? Makes love bugs? No. How a bug whisperer helps haters learn to love insects. Haters! Some bugs just suck, dude. I'm sorry, dude. I understand loving bugs. Like, I trip on them sometimes. They're really cool. Some of them are gross, and they need to die. And they can show me their king, and I will smite him. For I am man, hear me roar. Fucking. Wasps and cockroaches. I hate them. I hate them. Wasps aren't that bad. They just fucking suck, and they're scary. But cockroaches, show me your king. I will kill him. I will kill your whole species. I will make it die. If I could do it by making you all suffer in pain, I would. I will smash you with a giant shoe. No. Okay. Give me a type of bug. Crickets. Can a cricket? Why did I pick a cricket? I know. Can a cricket love me? Cricket facts and cricket keeping. That I think people that's not even coming up with anything. Hold on, I need to drink something. We ain't doing that dry mouth bullshit. No, but I think the question's so absurd. No one's ever asked it before. It's like a fucking cricket, really? No. Crickets can't love you, man. Can a parrot? Can a parrot? Parrots will often try to cheer us up if they sense that we are unhappy. Love includes elements of need, but mainly related to those of affection. Citizen, love can be extremely jealous. Citizen? What is citizen? I'm pretty sure that's how that word is pronounced. We're going to go ahead and we're going to search that before we go into any further.
Citizen.
Citizen. Okay, cool. Parrots. I've never heard them. I've never heard that name for a parrot before. Extremely jealous. And parrots demonstrate strong preferences in the partners that they choose to shower with affection, especially when they are human. So they can get jealous. Dogs can get jealous too, so it's whatever. Just as long as the parrot doesn't start pecking at a girl's head when you bring her over. It's not that I'm planning to get a parrot. I'm just looking for animals that can love. The only way I'd have a parrot as a pet is if I was like a pirate. And he did love me and he could fly wherever he wanted to, whenever he wanted to. That's the only way I find it acceptable to have a bird as a pet. If they want to be with you and they can fly wherever they want, whenever they want. Because it's, one, birds. It's much safer for them to live outside. So, and if they want to live around you, then they will. But it's also really fucked up to curse them to a life of a cage when they have wings. Come on, man. They have wings. That's so fucked up. All the shit they can do with those wings. You make them live like a gerbil? A gerbil doesn't give a shit with all the shit they can kill it outside. It's like you're making it live an awesome life. Doesn't have to scrounge for food or be afraid of things. Give it protection against the world whenever you let it roam around. It's fucking easy. Life of a gerbil when it's being kept for inside. Mice and all kinds of different animals like that. Even spiders and some lizards. It's super better life for them. So that's chill. Even dogs, with the way that we go through now with most dogs, it's way chiller to be with a person because especially my dogs, they never feel trapped. Dog never feels trapped. Unless it's in my room and she needs to go to the bathroom and I'm still sleeping and she's too polite to say anything. So she'll just wait wherever. And so, but other than that, she never feels trapped. I can open up the front door, she'll never take off. Of course, it's a scary world out there. Living in the middle of Houston, for a dog like her leaving the house without me it's a super scary idea. Because there are other dogs out there, people she don't know, big loud cars driving by. She don't like none of that. Unless she's with me and then she's comfortable and runs around. That's fine. But again, there's no, a bird's got to feel trapped. Having wings, or especially if you fuck up its wings, birds have to feel trapped. And the only way to have pet bird is if it didn't feel trapped. If it just was flying around wherever the fuck it wanted to, whenever it wanted to, however it wanted to. And hoping that most of the time it wanted to hang out with me when I was hanging out here. So, also, a bird, technically, can get in your car. And if he really wants to follow you, he'll know. He'll follow you in the car. And when you get where you're going, he'll, hang out with you when you get there. And, I don't know, some stores might, grocery stores and stuff, might trip if you take him inside. If he's chilling on your shoulder. This is because of pooping. I mean, if he's chilling on your shoulder, they probably trust your training on it. But if he's pooping everywhere, I don't know if you can potty train a bird. Can you potty train a bird? We're going to go on that next. Can you potty train a bird? Birdie. Yes, some birds can be house trained. House training a bird means you are teaching him to poop on command. As with other animals, it takes commitment, patience, consistency, and positive reinforcement. Larger birds are generally easier house trained since they do not have to relieve themselves as often. Well, then you also have to learn to tell them when to poop. Like parrot, tyrant, tip, Tuesday. But yeah, it looks like you can actually potty train a parrot. So yeah, if you go inside and they're like, oh, is he gonna poop anywhere? I'm like, no, I got him potty trained. Don't worry. I actually, he won't poop unless I tell him to. Like, oh shit. What if you die? Don't tell him anything. Don't that's a possibility. Fucking constipated parrot. Can't poop. That's what I mean. You gotta be on it. You gotta make sure that you tell him when to poop. Like a fucking alarm on your phone. It's like, parrot poop time. Parrot poop time. Fucking take him out, bitch. You're the one that wanted to live like this. But anyway. Yeah, and then I can have the bird that way too. So he probably couldn't come inside. Because I wouldn't trust his, commitment to keep my house clean. I mean, if they don't poop that often, at least parrot poop isn't that hard to clean up. Probably super fast. And if they chill on your shoulder, if you just have some sort of bib of some kind, I don't know. That's gross. That's gross. It's gross to be any kind of other animal other than a human. Or a well-kept dog. Or cat. Even some cats are gross though too, so. It's like there's always going to be a gross moment in a cat's life when its shit is stuck to its fur or it pisses on the wall or something. Yeah. Gross. Gross. Any other animals do you think that can love people? I know. What do dolphins experience love? Because, fall in love. They have fall in love. While bottlenose dolphins mate frequently throughout adulthood, this is not a species that mates for life. Essence, this circumstance, no, that's what I'm talking about. Okay, you can experience love and not be committed. Okay, thank you. And it does the same thing. I put two dolphins experience love, and it just brought me the same exact type of fucking results. So there's no imagination on Google. Okay, we're not talking about sexual love, you motherfuckers. So horny. Why are you always so horny? All you have to do is talk about sex. Sex is a rewarding experience. No. Okay. It's like two dolphins love their babies or other dolphins. Dolphin. Okay, the animals that love and grieve just like us. And the perverse picture is a dolphin, almost like kissing a little girl. So hopefully this does not talk about sex.
All right. So dolphins mating. Fuck. No, I'm kidding. So it's not surprising that pictures recently captured of the mother carrying her injured baby to its final resting place have proved incredibly affecting. A boat full of tourists in China's Guangdong region watched the poignant scene as a lone female battled against the tide, carrying the burden of her dead baby on her back. Oh, wow. Infant dolphin, large gash across its belly, possibly from being struck by a boat, fell off into the water 5 times. Each time, its mother plucked it up as the waves carried on. Yeah, that's love. And I'm not going to read more, because that's heartbreaking. Holy shit. So, yeah. That's love. There's the proof right there. That's all I need. And so dolphins experience love. But you know what does, I know for sure experiences love? Elephants. Elephants, the largest land animal on the planet. That's what they think. No. Are among the most exuberantly expressive of creatures. Joy, anger, grief, compassion, love. The finest emotions reside within these hulking masses. It's like without a doubt. These things experience all kinds of emotions just like people. I mean, that's why they trip us out so much, because they're so relative. And that's why it hurts so much to... It's like, even them, like, people even fuck with them. Why? Like, they're just that's... They're like, that's like hunting people. It's like hunting giants. That's literally like hunting giants that just have a different language and roam across the land. That's what you're doing. You know, and they don't have hands. So they don't have any kind of like real way to invent or create things like us. They have to wait till they get some hands or something. But they weigh so much that hands seem impossible right now. So they do have an appendage that does do some stuff, and they can do some stuff with it. I mean, shit. If we didn't keep fucking with them, who knows? They could be close to. They could have been close to fire, but at this point, I think because we keep fucking with them, maybe there's some out there trying to invent weapons. That would be cool if one day some poachers were hunting some fucking. We're just like, oh, I see the elephants. Oh, do you see the big one? I see him there in the bag. Alright, I think I'm gonna get my rifle ready. Is it getting darker? And then they're just crushed by a big old rock. And then like a good 50 meters out in some bush, there's this elephant that just launched a catapult. And the other ones that are off are like, what the fuck was that? A meteor? And then all of a sudden, just like a giant spear go through all the ones in the outpost or the car from a few yards away. And they're just some elephants just fucking chilling out on the ridge. It's like they know how to use weapons, guys. Nah. But, hey, maybe. Well, that could happen with the apes, too. Well, apes aren't hunted as much. It's like, what you don't hunt. Well, I think they're protected more. That's why. That could be the thing. Well, all they do is, and the thing about apes is they don't hunt them for fur or anything like that. They actually steal them. So, yeah, it's fucked up. Our world is fucked up. People are fucked up. It sucks. Like I said, we're all just animals here too. But just a lot of people are just so fucked up. And the majority of them are just letting bullshit happen. It's so crazy. It's so fucking bizarre. But, like I said, I still believe in love. You know, it's one of those things that you can experience. And you can kind of see, you can hear about it. But you don't really understand it unless you understand the experience. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, you can see two people kiss. Or hold each other. And but unless you understand love, you don't understand what that is. You know, you wouldn't understand what you're seeing. But the idea of not understanding love seems super foreign. It seems impossible for a human. You know, because even the lack of love is an understanding of it. You understand you lack it. I don't know. It is also a hard thing to maintain. It's hard for me to maintain love because it's either love or hate sometimes. No boundaries. Either love something or hate something. And when it comes to individual people, sometimes that happens too. You know? Get to know you, and after I get to know you, I'll either love or hate you. There's not going to be a neutral ground on it. It's really lame. And it's part of the way why, you know, sometimes I don't even want to sit in the same room with myself. Because what do I understand? I can't even keep any kind of steady idea of who I am or what I think. It could be some sort of mental disorder. It's not like I go to doctors all the time and they tell me there's nothing wrong with me. You know, the only time I ever had a doctor really look at me is when I was in a rehab facility for a drug. And they said, I'm not going to diagnose you with any kind of bipolar disorder because you were doing drugs and now you're not. So things are going to be weird for a minute. Come back in a few years. And I never went back. So who knows? But I do waver back and forth with things. And sometimes it's just about understanding, getting the comprehension of this is not the right way to feel right now, or this is not the right way to act or think right now. No, and that can happen a lot, and I'm getting pretty good at doing that. Of going, that's not the right way to do it. So stepping back. If you know that's not the right way, don't even try it. Like, just step back and find a better way. But sometimes I slip completely. Intoxication usually helps with the slipping. You know, because the ego inflates. As with the, you know, mainly alcohol. Really, alcohol's the only thing that does that. Every other drug just like kind of deflates that ego, or every other drug I take at least, because I only take shrooms, acid, weed, and alcohol. So, but weed, acid, and shrooms, they deflate the fuck out of the ego. So for some reason, alcohol just inflate the fuck out of mine. It just make my head fill a room. It's ridiculous. Just need to poke that ego down. As fuck. Because I don't even like it. I'm kind of trapped in that big old head, and I'm trying to get out. But anyway, you know, I also wanted to get on one thing. Your boy drove a Prius during his little visit, and I loved it. Definitely not a sponsor, because if it was, it would be different. Don't have one yet. I'm looking for one. I'm looking to get one within a timely manner. Now, obviously, it's not a rush. No car is for me, and I'm not going to make it. You know, because I've been living without one for years, and it's been very nice. But I think it's about time to be able to broaden my expanse on that. I am in Texas. I'm not in New York. You know, I don't have to drive it all the time, to be honest with you. I could still take the bus places. Now, if it's easier, you know, less scary for my fucking car, especially if I want to drink. I don't feel like having my car out there in the world while I'm drunk. I feel like my car being at my house while I'm drunk, and I'm way far away from it, and have to use a different way to get home and not drive. You know, because sometimes I might not trust my judgment. And so I feel like I'm going to get super faded. And yeah, the car's stay at home. I'm not taking that shit out. And it's not because I've made any mistakes like that. It's because there's too many people I do know that have. And I ain't going to be one of them. Because it feels so much better to be on the outside grilling them than be on the inside regretting it. So I'm not going to get on the inside. I'm going to stay on the outside of that. Make those right decisions. And that's the thing. It's always possible to make the right decision. Just gotta remember. If you're gonna make the wrong one, just step back. If you're gonna make the wrong one, just step back. Even if you don't know what the right one is, if you're gonna make the wrong one, just step back. And I think that's a good conclusion for today. But you know I love you. And never doubt thyself. Or each other.
Just tell me to shut up and I will probably shut the fuck up.